Hello, this is Karthikeya Kalwala from CSEB. My topic is directory implementation. There is the number of algorithms by using which the directories can be implemented. However, the selection of an appropriate directory implementation algorithm may significantly affect the performance of the system. The directory implementation algorithms are classified according to the data structure they are using. There are mainly two algorithms which are used in these days. The first one is linear list. In this algorithm, all files in the directory are maintained as singly linked list. Each file contains the pointers to the data blocks which are assigned to it, and the next file in the directory. So let's see the characteristics of the linear list. So when a new file created, the entire list will be checked because whether the new file name is matching with the existing file or not. In case it doesn't exist, which means the new file name is doesn't exist, it is a new name in the entire list. So the file can be created at the beginning or at the end, in the order wise. So therefore, searching for a unique name is a big concern, because if we created a file with a name, so the entire list will be checked. So the file name is matching with the existing file name. So which so we, so we rename that name, and we rename we we created a new file with another name. So the entire list will be checked again, and the existing file name is matching with the new created file. Again we need to give a new name. Again the entire list will be checked. It takes a lot of time. So searching for a unique name is a big concern. So it's because it's the traversing the whole time takes time. So the second one is the list needs to be traversed in case of every operation, like creation, deletion, updating, etc. On the files, therefore, the system becomes inefficient. So coming to hash table, to overcome the drawbacks of singly linked list implementation of directories, there is an alternate approach, that is hash table. So we learned there are drawbacks in the singly linked list, like time taking process, searching the entire list. So to overcome the drawbacks, so there is an alternate approach, that is hash table. So this approach suggests to use hash table along with the linked list. A key value pair for each file in the directory gets generated and stored in the hash table. They can be determined by applying the hash function on the file name, while the key points to the corresponding file sorted in the directory. Now, searching becomes efficient due to the fact that now entire list will not be searched for on every operating. Only hash table entires are checked using the key, and if an entire found, if an entry found, then the corresponding file will be fetched using the value. Allocation methods. The direct access nature of disks allows flexibility in the implementation of files. The main problem here is how to allocate space to these files so that disk space is utilized effectively and files can be accessed quickly. Three major methods are of allocating disk space are contiguous, linked, and index. Contiguous allocation. This allocation requires that each file occupies a set of contiguous blocks on the disk. The number of disk seats required for accessing contiguously allocated files is minimal. Contiguous allocation of a file is defined by the disk address and the length of first block. Accessing a file that has been contiguously allocated is easy. Both sequential and direct access can be supported by contiguous allocation. So disadvantage is finding space for a new file. So this problem can be seen as a particular application of a general dynamic storage allocation problem, which involves how to satisfy a request of size and form a list of free holes. First, fit and best fit are the most common strategies used to select a free hole from the set of available holes. So linked allocation. This solves all problems of contiguous allocation. Each file is a linked list of a disk blocks. The disk blocks may be stashed anywhere on the disk. The directory contains a pointer to the first and the last blocks of file. Each block contains a pointer to the next block. There is no external fragmentation with linked allocation, and any free block on the free space list can be used to satisfy a request. But the major problem is that it can be used effectively only for sequential access files. It is efficient to support a direct access capability for linked allocation files. Another disadvantage is space required for pointers. Solution to this problem is to collect blocks into multiple called clusters and to allocate clusters rather than blocks. This method allows logical to physical block mapping to remain simple but improve disk throughout the disk, decrease the space need to block allocation and free list management. This increase internal fragmentation because more space is wasted when a cluster is partially full than when a block is partially full. Another problem of linked allocation is reliability. So index allocation. Linked allocation solves external fragmentation and size declaration problems of contiguous allocation. In the absence of FAT, linked allocation cannot support efficient direct access since the pointers to the block are scattered with the blocks themselves all over the disk and must be retrieved in order. Indexed allocation solves this problem by bringing all points together into one location, index block. Each file has its own index block, which is an array of disk block address. Indexed allocation supports direct access without suffering from external fragmentation because any free block on the disk can satisfy a request for more space. But indexed allocation suffers more wasted space. Every file must have an index block, so it should be as small as possible. But if it is too small, it will not be able to hold enough pointers for a large file, and a mechanism will have to be available to deal with this issue. So this is the topic. Thank you so much.